मैम Hi everyone, good morning and thank you for joining us on the final day of the JFIL conference on making international law relevant promises and challenges for India. It's honestly been a delightful experience for us the past 2 days, hosting not just you, but also guest speakers and participants from beyond the university. And as the first edition of this hopefully now annual event, it was really a heartening experience for all of us to see the success of the events, to see the brilliance of your ideas and the engagement that you had with each other in giving feedback, in trying to make sense of the sentiment behind this conference, which is that there are some problems with our disciplines or some more potential that is yet untapped. And the fact that all of us could come together in a room and speak about this despite the long weekend, that meant a lot for us. So today, as you know, this is the closing ceremony for the conference. It's going to be Professor Pallavi Kishore, our faculty director, who has joined us for the ceremony. She will be giving some brief remarks about the conference, about what should we take away from the event, after which Rishabh will proceed to the vote of thanks. And finally, we will then come to the award ceremony. Just to briefly describe some of the accolades of Professor Dr. Pallavi Kishore, briefly because there are far too many to cover, even if I had more time. Professor Dr. Pallavi Kishore is Professor and Assistant Director of the Center for Trade and Economic Laws here at Jindal Global Law School. She has a doctorate from the University Paul Cézanne. I'm really sorry, but I will not be able to pronounce the name of the university. And she has been a recipient of many awards and full scholarships and fellowships from national, international organizations, whether for her papers or for her research or other experiences. She is also a visiting professor at the same university, and she teaches law courses there in French. She has also been a research fellow at the World Trade Organization, Geneva, and she has worked with the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, among her many, many other achievements. So thank you so much, Dr. Kishore, for joining us, and you have the floor.
Thank you, Abhijit. Am I audible to everyone? Okay, thank you, Abhijit. Just thanks for that introduction. I didn't realize that was quite some. Okay, so well, to be very serious now, the conference was really a very good idea, I think, on the part of the JFIL team. It was not my idea, so I really want to congratulate the team for coming up with the idea and for doing such a good job. I was attending the conference online and I was amazed by the organizational skills, by the quality of analysis, by the level of analysis, by the discipline. The way it was being conducted was just very good. So I'm very, very happy, and I hope that it was helpful to all of you, because that's the whole purpose, that you should get to learn, not just the substantive aspects for those who participated, but for those who organized, also the non-substantive aspects. Everything is a learning, and you always learn, irrespective of your age in life. There's no age to learn, right? So in that sense, it was really good. I really liked it. Unfortunately, I cannot attend in person on weekends because I live in Delhi and I have responsibilities. But well, it was really good, and I just want to give some ideas for the future. Well, as you know, we intend to take it forward. That's what Abhijit just said. I hope that those who came from outside JGU will also be inspired to do a similar thing in their respective universities, and that their managements will be as supportive. That is one. The other thing is that when we take this forward, we should try to have different topics. Like this time it was obviously on India, we are from India. Maybe next time some other topic, which is not focused on a particular country or region, but is general, maybe gender or maybe trade or whatever, anything of that sort. Or maybe a conference where there is no topic, where you just have panels, and so each panel is devoted to a particular topic. And the other thing which I'm very attached to, and I think it's quite obvious from what Abhijit said, is languages. So I'm very attached to languages, and I do think that one way to go forward might be to have papers of different languages as well. Now that might appear problematic in the beginning, but it is not necessarily so. Especially in a country like India, languages are just not a problem. So you have a colleague, let's say from Tamil Nadu, who presents a paper on the WTO in Tamil. You have a colleague from Bengal who presents a paper on gender in Bengali. Now how do the others understand it? Then you have a format where there's a discussant who discusses the paper in English. Right, so this is a format which has been adopted by Ngugi wa Thiong'o. I don't know if you know of him. He's a writer from Kenya, and he does this very frequently, which really helps students from different backgrounds to gel together and then also to understand their ideas. Because in a country like India, somebody from Tamil Nadu and Kashmir might probably think differently about the WTO than somebody from Bengal and Rajasthan, right? So given that we have that rich diversity of thought, why don't we take it forward? And then, of course, I think it was already open up the conference for participation from abroad. If people can't come due to funding constraints, let them participate online. So I think it was already open to everyone. So, basically the idea is to make it more inclusive in every sense of the term, in terms of the subjects. So you either have a general topic, because if you want, maybe foreigners might not necessarily be working on India, right? So then you have something more general, so that's one thing. Then you open it in terms of languages. So, it becomes very, very inclusive. Then you also open it in terms of regions, right? So who all can participate. So that makes it very, very interesting. And perhaps that these presentations which were made here, some of them you decide to publish on your blog. And in that case, if these are in different languages, even better, your blog becomes multilingual. So that's a very good idea. And the other thing is that perhaps you could have just one session on interdisciplinary perspectives, in the sense that which is not necessarily law. Maybe people want to express the law, but in different ways, through cartoons, through paintings, through a poem, so you want to convey that, what is happening in Russia and Ukraine, for example. But you don't want to write a legal paper on it. You want to have it by way of a cartoon or a painting or limerick. So just starting with just one panel on that. So that might also be a good idea, So my only suggestion is make it more inclusive in that sense. Inclusive not just for the people, as I said, but also for different disciplines, different languages, different regions. So that would really help. And I know that Rishabh, so that's all that I have to say. I know Rishabh is doing a vote of thanks, but I just want to thank everyone, beginning with the JFIL team, all the participants, be it the students, the speakers, and of course the administration of the university for their support. I'd also like to thank all the teams like AV team, transport, everybody I want to thank, finance, HR, everybody who's contributed to it, because I can see that, at least online, it appeared to be rather well organized. So all I can say is thank you to everyone, and I hope it was a learning experience for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Professor Kishore, for those lovely words. And I wish to extend pulling this event off, it required a lot of support from a lot of people and a lot of different teams. And I wish to start by thanking a few of them. I think we need to start off by thanking Professor Padmanabha Ramanujam, who is the Dean of Academic Governance at our university. This conference was actually conceptualized under his tutelage 7 months back, when me and Abhijit went to visit him, and one of our team members, Aryaman Kapoor, and Tamanna as well, works with his office. So that's how this conference actually started off last semester, which feels like ages ago at this point. We also wish to thank Professor Shelja Singh and Professor Prabhash Ranjan for the guest lectures that they gave as a part of our conference. We also have a lecture by Justice UU Lalit tomorrow. But I feel like Professor Shelja and Professor Prabhash's lectures, besides being exceptional, also allowed us to reflect on our theme on international law and how it relates to India at a much deeper level. We also wish to thank our moderators, Professor Rafael Pangalangan, Professor Sanskriti Singh, Professor Aman, and Mr. Pushkar Reddy, who created the best possible platform for our participants to express their ideas and thoughts on our conference note. We also wish to thank Professor Mahima Balaji. So for those of you who don't know, Professor Mahima Balaji, who is a professor now at Jindal Global Law School, and Mr. Pushkar Reddy, they started this blog together back during the pandemic in 2020. And over the course of the last 3 years, it's been a long journey with multiple ups and downs, but I feel like with this conference coming to an end, this blog is stronger than it ever has been, and we hope it stays that way moving forward. And I can't even begin to list the number of different administrative teams who supported this conference from behind the scenes, starting from the AV and IT team who are there on a Sunday today, allowing us to live stream this conference. So thank you so much, sir. We had a team which was in handling the mess services, handling accommodation, handling finances, and we wish to specifically thank one person, which is Mr. Ratul Bandopadhyay, who works in Professor Padmanabha's team, and he was crucial in helping us coordinate with all of these different administrative teams, which allowed us to pull off this event in the end. I wish to thank everyone who was a part of Team JFile, my co-editor-in-chief, Mr. Abhijit Srivastava, Shuchi Agrawal, Aryaman Kapoor, Tamanna, Prajwal, who am I missing out here? Khoshalam Singh, who unfortunately wasn't able to come here today due to some assignments. But I can't understate the amount of help that has come from not just him, from every member who was a part of this team. Thank you, Professor Pallavi Kishore, for making this trip from Delhi on a Sunday. We know better than anyone how grueling this journey can be, but we wish to thank you for showing up here on a Sunday. And most importantly, thank you to all the participants. You had put in the effort in writing an abstract, writing a paper, presenting your thoughts either physically or online. And as someone who has been in law school for 5 years, and I know how tough is it to come in front of a crowd in order to present your thoughts. There's a lot of anxiety involved. There's a lot of people might not feel comfortable coming in front of camera. There's a lot of issues that you work around in order to be able to come forward and present your thoughts in a conference setting. And to every participant who did that, I wish to thank you all for taking the effort to make this conference, we hope, which has been successful. And now, with that vote of thanks, we'll move forward with the award ceremony. So I think we will start with the certificate of recognition for all the participants.
So we begin with the certificate of recognitions, which is for every participant in this conference, whether here or online. To those of us who are here physically today, we would request...
I just got a text on the WhatsApp group saying I wasn't audible, but is Abhijit and the professor audible?
Could you hear me? Sejal, if you are with us, can you hear me clearly?
Can Sejal hear us?
I can't hear anything. Nobody is audible to me.
No, what? Can
Can you hear me now?
I've texted her on WhatsApp on the group. He had a health concern a couple of days back, because of which he had to back up. So unfortunately, we could not have him over. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. But also correct. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Sejal can't hear us. She texted on the group. Okay. Oh yeah.
All right, sorry for that hiccup.
Just once. I'll just text her to join on the YouTube link.
You do that. So, Sejal, I feel you still cannot hear me, but if you can, please join the YouTube live stream, because this is just going to be a one-way activity from this point on. Having said that, So now we will proceed with the award ceremony. And in that award ceremony, as you know, we have awards for the best papers and the best presenters who were decided by our moderators and the faculty who reviewed the papers. Which reminds me, on a vote of thanks, thank you so much to Professors Mahima Balaji, Professor Samira, and Professor Ashish Yadav, who now, as you know, are the faculty responsible for having reviewed your papers, for having helped us, and they have some feedback for the winners, so we will be sure to share that after the conference, and a huge thanks to them as well. Now, we will proceed in this order. We will first announce the certificates of recognition, which are for every participant, and then we will move to the other two categories. To those of you in person, as your name is announced, please join us here so that you can get a picture with Dr. Kishore as you are being felicitated. So, Rishabh, could you please start announcing the names one by one? And sir, if you could come.
Yeah, so first we have Ahan Gadkari. Do I announce the names who are not here? Okay. Next we have Aishwarya Allah. Is Aishwarya? Yeah, she's here with us. You shared the YouTube link with her? Uh-huh. Okay. Next we have Faizan Ahmed. We have Khushi. Is Kshitij with us? Kshitij Sehrawat, is he here? Not here. We have Lokaditya Gowda. Muskan is here now. Muskan, yeah. Next we have Muskan Agarwal. We have Rudraksh Lakra. Is Samriddhi Gupta here? Is she here? Yeah. We have Samriddhi Gupta. Yeah. We'll also have Sejal Gupta, who has joined us online. We'll share a soft copy of the certificate with her. Shalvi Ponwar is not on campus. Sudhanva. Is he here? No. Okay. We have Vaneet Kumar. Abhijit. Sudhanva is not here, right? Sudhanva. So that brings an end to our certificates of recognition. We'll move on to the best paper awards now. Abhijit, would you like to do it? Which one? So we are glad to announce that the first best paper award goes to Aishwarya Allah. A huge round of applause for her. The next Best Paper Award goes to Faizan Ahmed. For the next Best Paper Award, we have Khushi. For the fourth Best Paper Award, we have Muskan Agarwal. For the next Best Paper Award, we have Sejal Gupta, who I hope she has joined online. And Sejal, we'll make sure you receive your certificate in a soft PDF format in your email. But a huge round of applause for Sejal as well. For the final Best Paper Award, that goes to Shalvi Ponwar, who I can see who has joined us online. A huge round of applause for Shalvi. Next, so those were the 6 Best Paper Awards that we had. We have 4 Best Presented Awards now. So for that, the first Best Presented Award goes to Aishwarya Allah. A huge round of applause. The next Best Speaker Award goes to Khushi. The third Best Speaker Award goes to Rudraksh Lakra. And for the final Best Speaker Award, we have Sudhanva Kumar, who I don't think is here with us today, but still a huge round of applause for Sudhanva. So that concludes our award ceremony for the conference. Thank you so much for coming here on a Sunday. We have lunch scheduled at 12 o'clock. Please feel free to join us. And with that, I would like to officially bring an end to the first JFile Student Paper Conference. Thank you so much to everyone.
Congratulations to all of you.
Congrats.
I hope you stay associated with the JFile as we move forward. And yes, thank you again.
Yeah. Yeah. क्या हुआ? Sejal is for best recognition and best